Tô vendo se o mar tá para peixe. A casa é das focas e dos tubarões. Quando os europeus chegaram aqui, acreditando que descobriram um novo mundo, eles se depararam com uma comunidade indígena que já vivia da pesca, que já vivia do mar no mar. E isso a gente está falando de séculos atrás. É claro que a pesca ainda vai existir, mas será que vai existir como ela sempre existiu? Vamos ver. Estou quase chegando em Cape Cod, também conhecido como o Cabo do Bacalhau. Ninguém conhece esse lugar como esse, mas é o que significa. Cape Cod fica no estado de Massachusetts, uma palavra que eu nunca consegui falar direito até agora, que fica na região de New England, Nova Inglaterra. Reza a lenda que quando os europeus chegaram aqui, eles se depararam com comunidades indígenas. Mas mesmo aquelas comunidades indígenas, elas já pescavam para sobreviver. E até hoje, esse lugar é famoso não só pela gastronomia, mexilhão, caranguejo, peixe, lagosta.
Two nice lobsters.
Oh my God.
He's meditating.
Mas também por essa prática, né? Por esse tipo de sobrevivência, que na verdade está cada vez mais escasso. É cada vez mais raro você ver comunidades inteiras de pescadores, pessoas que vivem do mar, não só praticamente no mar. Uma graça esse lugar. Parece uma daquelas cidades pitorescas, cidades pequenas americanas. Me lembra a pintura de um dos meus artistas favoritos, um artista americano chamado Edward Hopper. Depois da Segunda Guerra Mundial, ele queria levantar a moral dos americanos e aí pintou essas cidades. O Edward Hopper, na verdade, nasceu em Nova York, mas se mudou para essa região exatamente porque nenhum outro lugar no mundo foi capaz de inspirar tanto ele quanto Cape Cod. Alguns dos quadros mais famosos dele foram feitos aqui. Como vocês podem ver, aqui você encontra roupa, arte, decoração, mas comida ainda não. Mas nada mais eficiente que um homem faminto, meu povo. Ask you a question. Where is there like a restaurant or somewhere where I can grab a bite? I'm assuming you're from here. Is there anything to eat around here? Perfect. Thank you. Quem tem boca vai à lagosta. Meu Deus. Geralmente você pede um lobster roll, um sanduíche de lagosta, vem uma maionese de lagosta, assim. 80% maionese, 20% lagosta. Agora esse aqui é lagosta mesmo. Então aqui você tem atum, taco de peixe, aí você tem os preços aqui. Fique preocupado quando você encontrar essas duas letras. MP. não significa mais preço, significa market price. Isso significa que depende do dia. Depende do humor do gerente. Mas eu quero entender por que lagosta é tão caro. Estamos chegando na peixaria. Sabe como eu sei? Cheiro de peixe. Então aqui você tem cação, você tem peixe-espada, você tem adoque, você tem bacalhau, caranguejo, camarão e lagosta. Is all this fresh?
It is, yeah. We get these fresh fish in every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Is it true that you guys have the best seafood in the country?
I like to think so.
I would say so, yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah. Matt?
Hey.
Pedro.
Pedro. Matt
Nice to
Aldridge.
meet you.
Nice to meet you. How are we doing today?
I'm great.
What a day, huh?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What a place.
It sure is. Cape Cod's a summer home to a lot of local people. In the summer times, this place fills up by a couple 100,000, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun living out here.
You seem like you know a lot about this place. You were born
I
here.
was born here, yeah. I've been out here for 41 years, born and raised.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your family is also from here, I'm
Yep,
assuming.
absolutely. So my family wasn't part of the original Pilgrims, but we came over in the 1600s.
No.
So we've been here for a long time, and fishing has been a huge part of our life, and it's great.
Kind of feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is high season right now.
Absolutely.
And I look around and I see this weather and I see the food that you guys have to offer. I totally understand why so many people come here at this time of year.
Absolutely.
How different is it from when it's off season?
It's night and day. It's night and day. Out here we have from Memorial Day to Columbus Day to really present what we have to offer. People come from all over the world. They have summer homes, rentals. This place fills up so fast. Mm-hmm. It goes from probably, 100, 150,000 year-round residents on the Cape to, I don't know, 1 million it feels like at times.
Yep.
If it's a rainy day, the traffic's crazy, but it's nice. It's a good place to be.
How does it feel though when it's not crowded? Like, is it hard to have a business when you don't have the clientele?
It is, but you establish good relationships, and hopefully that's enough to keep you busy year round. Some people work for a few months in the summer and they retire to Florida for the winter, off hopefully the profits. It's a great place to work. It's busy, it's chaotic, but it's controlled chaos. And sometimes you just knock on wood and hope for the best.
So what are we doing today?
Today we got a nice spot out on the beach for us, and we're gonna have a full-on old-fashioned clam bake. Lobster, corn, mussels, steamers, and Backside Bakes will provide that for you.
I'm not a good cook, but I'll do my best to help you.
All right.
Do the prices go up in high season?
Some things they do, with inflation, the way things have been lately, it's everything seems more expensive.
Yes.
But traditionally, I think most places that are a destination, there is
for sure. I mean, there are places that
higher costs.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I know places that can only survive in the rest of the year because they make a lot of money.
Correct.
During the high season.
But it's good though. There's a lot of seasonal businesses out here, and we need the tourists. We need the tourism. If we don't have it, we don't have great businesses.
Yeah.
So this guy, when we travel, pack everything on ice. I got some waters here for us too. Everything comes on ice. We got a pot of butter. This is part of the main course here. You got corn on the cob, steamers, mussels, onions, potatoes, and this
Oh my gosh.
is the other half of the meal. That's the star of the show right there. And we have some local lobstermen that work so hard out right off these shores to provide lobsters for all the people that travel out here. It's one of the hardest working trades around.
Tá bom, entendi. Mas para realmente apreciar essa lagosta, eu vou ter que antes entender como ela chegou até aqui.
Nick,
Pedro,
nice to meet you, man.
nice to finally meet you. Welcome aboard. Ready to go lobstering?
I'm so ready.
Awesome.
And I feel like I'm in good hands with you.
See if those fit for you.
Very cool. I think it fits.
Perfect.
I'm learning how to do this with you. When did you learn how to do this?
So I've been a commercial fisherman for 20 years.
20 years.
20 years. I just kind of fell into this whole thing, and it's something I really enjoy. You know, I kind of fell in love with it. And I worked with a really good guy to start with, and he mentored me through my process, and he's been, you know, like, he really looks out for me and kind of took me under his wing, and it's really
Were
just...
you born here? No.
I was born here. I'm born and raised in New Orleans, Massachusetts, right here on Cape Cod. But unlike a lot of these other guys, you know, my family wasn't a fishing family. My father worked for the post office. My mother was a teacher. You know, I just kind of stumbled upon fishing. You know, a lot of guys here are second, third, and fourth generation fishermen. I wish I had known about fishing a lot earlier.
I kind of feel like this place sort of revolves around this universe, this parallel universe of fishing.
It is. I mean, fishing is a tradition here on Cape Cod. I mean, it's named for the codfish. I mean, that's what people came here for. You know, we're surrounded by water, so I feel like I'm part of something bigger. Sure you really want to do this?
Hey, beautiful.
You sure? You sure?
Até pouco tempo, a caça às focas era permitida. Depois eles proibiram. O que aconteceu? A população de focas se multiplicou. O problema é que isso virou um banquete para os tubarões da região. Então, se antigamente a população local avistava 20 tubarões por mês, agora são 200 tubarões por mês. Você nota que não tem uma pessoa dentro do mar. Mas você tem 500 bandeiras falando para você tomar cuidado com o tubarão. Aqui, a gente é visitante. A casa é das focas e dos tubarões.
And here we are.
Hello.
So you're gonna kind of square this pot up like that. I'll flip this over here and we'll... So what you're gonna do, grab right here, open the pot. So the lobsters will enter through here. You know, the bait brings them in. They come in through here, they get attracted by the bait, and what they do is they try to bite it here and pull it back through this netting right here. And as more lobsters come in, these want to get away from them, so they go back to this second one here. And so,
Whoa, nice.
got two nice lobsters.
Okay, so these are males or females?
These are, we have one male and one female.
How do you know?
Nope, two males.
Two males.
Two males. So males typically have bigger claws. As they get a lot bigger, the crusher claw and the pincher claw get a lot bigger in comparison to the body. They have a narrower tail, and they have these right there are hard on a male,
Okay.
and they're soft on a female.
On a female.
Yep.
Got it.
But they are nice. You know, that's probably a 1 3/4 pounds, and that's probably a 1.5 pounds. So almost 3 pounds of lobsters out of that pot. we put them over here, and we'll put bands on them. What you want to do is cross the claws like that and hold it one-handed. That way you're not going to get bit. Take the banders here like this, right into one. Okay? Put it on there for you. Spread it open. Yep. Turn. Yep. Release it and then slide it out. Yep.
Yeah?
Pro. You've done this before.
Born to do this.
There we are. That's a nice lobster right there.
Wow. So you have 20 of these.
20 of these in a row.
Wow.
So we grab this here. This goes right over here this way. We go right there. Right there.
Whoa. Oh, we even got a fish.
Yeah, so these, nice big male. There.
Você nota que esse processo, essa pesca, ela é muito mais artesanal que pesca em grande escala, né?
Oh, we got here's another one there. And, oh, here. Look at this one here. The
Wow.
one with eggs.
Wow. Look at this.
So that right there is my future. That's my daughter's college fund right there. So these we can't keep. So when we release them, we try to throw them back into the water back first, so that when they fold up, they protect the eggs. The water doesn't knock their eggs off. So you
Nice.
just kind of set it down like that, right back in the water. So here are a couple of small ones. So we measure these to see if they're legal. From the back of the eye socket to the back of the body has to be at least as long as this
Yeah.
gauge here. So that one is undersized,
Okay.
and so is that one.
All right.
So we
Put it back. Lucky day.
grow up.
Essa é a isca nova, a isca antiga ele jogou lá embaixo. Por favor. Minuto de apreciação ao meu trabalho.
It's a stressful way to live. It really is. You know, we start early, we finish late. It's not uncommon to work overnight, and all the things that can go wrong out here. You know, I'm not only responsible for making myself and my business money, but I take lives with me. And my number one job is to bring everybody that leaves with me back alive. And I take that very seriously. It's a constant stress, and it's, you know...
How have you worked it out? Or have you?
I do. I still struggle with it all the time. You know, I have another boat that we go 125 miles offshore with, and you realize how all alone you are when you're 125 miles offshore by yourself and you haven't seen another boat in days. The amount of things that could go wrong out there, it is mind-boggling. And then again, you have to bring people home alive and make money for your business. The physical part isn't that bad when we're out there. It's everything that goes on in my head to keep
Keeps you up at night.
Exactly. It's a good thing I'm bald, or I'd lose my hair. You know, but it is. It affects different guys different ways. There are problems in this industry with drugs and alcohol, and you know, it's not the best coping mechanism. But it seemed to have smoothed out a lot more over the years. But it really was. You know, drugs and alcohol were a huge problem in the fishing industry for a long time. But also, as we've progressed and these businesses have become more successful, you need to have a better head on your shoulders to keep these businesses running. And that's, I think, to help make it better here, make the industry a little better.
It really is ironic that you guys are providing this healthy lifestyle, this healthy diet. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, you guys yourselves are struggling with a lot of unhealthy things.
Really, there's no qualifications for this job. If you show up on time and give 100%, you've got a job. So you could be a high school dropout with no education. If you put your head down, you work hard, you'll make as much money as a lawyer some years. There are guys who work out of New Bedford in the scallop industry that make $200,000 or $300,000 a year. And I'd be willing to bet some of them can't read. Yeah. But they are good at their art, they're good at their practice, they're dependable on the boat, they show up, they work hard, and they're compensated for it.
Well, I trust you more than I trust most lawyers.
This is the dangerous part. We've got all this rope, all these pots, got to go overboard. This is when things can go wrong. So you as a crew would come and stand right here, out of the way of all the rope, and I always tell my crew, if something goes wrong out back, let it go.
Olha, olha só, olha, olha. É um tubarão pequenininho. Falou, ela já sabe. Por acaso, conheci essa menina Gabi, que mora aqui, trabalha aqui, e ela foi super gentil. Aí, abusado que eu sou, perguntei o que ela estava fazendo hoje. E perguntei se ela não queria convidar alguém para vir tomar um drink comigo. E, generosa que ela é, ela aceitou. Então é pra lá que eu tô indo. Hi, Gabby. How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
How's it going? Thank you for coming.
Of course.
Do you remember what growing up, coming to a place like this was like?
Yeah, we loved it.
Yeah, we would stay with our Nana in Yarmouth, and we'd walk to the beach, or we'd walk to the shops every single day.
Yeah.
And then we'd just spend hours on the beach, and we'd dig up the little sand crabs, or catch minnows in the water.
Yeah, the sand crabs. I totally forgot about that.
We go swimming a lot, because that's one of the beaches where there aren't really sharks.
How would you guys describe this community, this fishing community? I know you don't belong to it, but you're near them. You know these people.
Everyone's really friendly for the most part.
They're all
Sometimes
really close.
Yeah.
Everyone knows each other.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Our dad knows everyone.
Everyone.
Everyone, yeah.
It's a hard industry for sure. I don't think people they just come to a restaurant and there's the food, but yeah, it's tough, obviously. Lobster has been so expensive this summer because there's such a shortage of it. So that's obviously was something that was hugely profitable for them, and now we have to sort of outsource a little bit, which is crazy because it's people want to come here and get Cape Cod lobster, but we don't have much of it. So
And that's why it's so expensive.
Yeah, the prices are
crazy.
I feel like so much revolves around the fishing industry. So the small business owners, they sell the fish, and then you have the people that prepare the fish, and then you have the people that catch the fish, and then you have the tourists that flock here for the fish. Is it accurate though that without that industry, this place would change tremendously? It would, I don't know how it would support itself.
I mean, yeah, I think so, but I also think like the beaches and being around the ocean is another big thing.
Yeah.
Separate from the fish.
It's funny because the locals obviously kind of it's not like they don't like the tourist season, but obviously everything gets like crazy. There's traffic everywhere. So the people who live here full time, year round, especially the older people, they like when it calms down. But the only reason why people have jobs and can support themselves is because of the tourists, you know?
I love it.
Wait, is this your first time on the Cape?
It is.
Oh my gosh, it's wild.
And part of the reason why I love it is because I've been welcomed the way you guys have welcomed me. It sounds cheesy, but you know, you don't find that very often. Cheers. Quando eu penso na Cape Cod, que eu cresci admirando nas pinturas do Edward Hopper, existe uma grande diferença. Apesar de você ainda ter essa beleza, apesar de você ainda ter esse céu, esse mar, nas pinturas dele você vê um lugar vazio, um lugar mais deserto. Eu acho que tanta gente se apaixonou por esse lugar que hoje em dia o que não falta é gente.
Well, the people that live here, like all the local people, they're very friendly and nice, you know.
Slower lifestyle and the wonderful natural beauty.
We're artists, we're creators, we're locals, we're fishermen, we're, you know, ancestry. So it's a combination of a lot of different people that live here and just thrive off this place.
It's like a second home. My grandparents owned a house here, so we always came up here, and it was just like being at the beach 24/7.
Scallops, oysters.
Oysters, scallops, and lobster. I think that's where it's at.
Mussels, of course.
Mussels, of course.
Esse é um dos lugares mais famosos da região, Provincetown, conhecido também como P-Town, e também conhecido como uma das maiores mecas gays dos Estados Unidos. Isso não é de hoje, já vem de muito tempo atrás. Artistas gays vinham para cá porque eles não tinham que lidar com preconceito. Durante a epidemia da AIDS, muita gente que teve que lidar com o tipo de estigma que era existente naquela época vinha para cá porque isso não existia aqui e virou também um centro cultural dos Estados Unidos. É galeria atrás de galeria, casa de show, bares, restaurantes, tem esse clima vibrante. From Brazil, familiar with Portuguese gastronomy. What are you most famous for? What are some of your favorite items that you serve here? Yes. Staples? Yes. All right, so I'm gonna take, what's the difference between no, this is pastel de nata, it's the same, correct? I'll take one of those, please, and one of these, I guess, the bola de Berlim. Eu dei a sorte de encontrar essa padaria, que está aqui desde 1936. E olha o que eu achei aqui. Pastel de Belém, e essa coisa, que é não sei o que de Berlim, bolo de Berlim. Parece um sonho. Mas o que eu achei mais interessante mesmo é essa prova de que os pescadores portugueses fizeram parte do passado desse lugar. Então, o fio condutor de Cape Cod, o fio condutor da Nova Inglaterra, tem tudo a ver com essa pesca. É uma comunidade muito característica, muito forte, né? Que é muito apegada assim, à sua história. Não estou comendo peixe, mas pescador também come doce. Isso não é música portuguesa. Jarrett, nice to meet you.
How's it going?
Pedro.
Pedro, Jarrett Drake. Nice to meet you.
Para minha surpresa, eu descobri que alguns pescadores navegam dois mundos totalmente diferentes. Um no mar e outro na frente de um computador. O Jared é consultor de projetos científicos, especialista em tecnologia de construção naval e até hoje pesca todo santo dia.
Então, geralmente, o que você encontra aqui nesse barco é lagosta, muita lagosta. Mas o pai do Jared... gosta mesmo de pegar badejo.
This was a good one.
Oh!
And this is a sea bass
All
trap.
right, Governor, you're gonna have to back up a little bit. Oh, a lobster, too.
Oh, wow.
Look out.
Very nice.
Man, what you
I've
doing?
seen a lot of fishermen doing other things as well, right? It's like, oh, I'm an architect on the side, but I'm a fisherman, or I pay my bills, you know, selling lobster, catching lobster, but I also do something else. Is that common, and why is that?
It's common with the part-timers, I would say. You know, like a full fisherman, that's what they do, they fish. So that being said, I might have put myself in the part-time category.
Yeah.
But I use this boat and the equipment and knowledge I have, my licensing and stuff, and working with the scientists and whatnot. So technically I do like research days.
Yes.
You know, so which aren't fishing days. But so I guess that would be me doing other things.
Yeah.
But a full-time fisherman, that's all you have time for. It's not really a job, it's a lifestyle. Like my days off, I'm in the garage making up ropes and buoys, you know, lines, oil changes, repairs. There's a lot to it.
How do professionals like you view, you know, when you see these Chinese boats, for lack of a better example, like just literally vacuum clean the entire region?
Yeah,
I mean, it's no secret to anyone that that exists. It might not exist here,
Right.
but
right.
I know how I feel. I think it's a bit of an atrocity, and I have crazy admiration for almost like smaller scale fishing.
Yeah. The bad part about it was they didn't really differentiate the different types of fisheries.
Oh.
So what they did is it kind of made all fishermen look bad, you know?
Yes.
So, but in the U.S., it's not like that at all. We're heavily managed, heavily regulated, heavily watched, and we have to adapt to different abundance levels of species. So it's not like that in the States, but they didn't differentiate that, which kind of sucks.
I agree.
But yeah, that's bad. That stuff's not good at all, you know? Now, did you want to, as far as fish, did you want to like rod and reel fish kind of thing? Because
I can try. I don't think I'll catch anything.
You don't know. Here. All you do, you let it go down, and you yank up. Put your finger right
probably
on the
do better
line.
than you, Parker.
Probably. Let it go down. Don't even reel. Yank up.
Okay.
That's it. Let it go down, then yank up. Let it go down. If they're here, they'll hit it.
Hey, keep going.
Uh-oh, come on, you gotta yank harder. Oh, Jesus, scup.
Usually foul hooks after them.
Oh, you got it.
Let him reel it in, kid.
No, you do it.
Hey,
That's a little one.
a little sea bass.
That's a baby.
There's so many of them down there, it's crazy.
You have one?
Do I?
No.
No, come on. Você nota que eu nasci pra pescaria. Huh? Come on, that's not fair.
That pisses me off. He catches all the fish.
Don't feel bad, Pedro. It does it to us all the time.
He got 3.
I know, he does this to us all the time.
Eu acho que a minha isca é mais vagabunda que a dele.
Doesn't that piss you off? I know, I've been there. Poor bobblehead.
Fiasco. When I grew up, my idea of what a fisherman did was almost like an explorer, like looking for new worlds and new communities and new possibilities and sort of adapting wherever, you know, they went. And I see what you do in a way like you are looking for new worlds, like technologically speaking, the way you built this boat, the way you tackle fishing. Do you think there is an accuracy? Like, do you think there is an alignment of like, in order for you to be a fisherman, you need to be looking for something. You need to be going somewhere.
Actually, that is a very good analogy. I like that, explorer. Because when I was a kid, before the money part got into it, that's exactly what I did. Like, oh, I go and check out this little cove over here, this little rock pile. I was exploring, loved it, you know? That's what really turned me on to it. Then you get to the financial part where you pay mortgages and bills and stuff, and it changes. But, so yeah, the explorer part, I like that.
But the poetry is still in there.
Poetry's still in there, yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Big sea bass. Got a little lobster. That's a small one. We gotta throw him back.
Tá bom, essa aí até pode voltar pro mar, mas aquela lá, bem, tá na hora de voltar para ela.
And now we wait.
And now we wait.
Yep. Like I said, there's a lot of guys out there that work really hard, whether it's lobstering, sea bass, musselmen. My grandfather picked mussels in the Orleans Town Cove for, 65 years. He worked all the way up into his mid-80s, and he provided for his family.
In Rio, where I grew up, the ocean for the most part is a lot choppier than this.
Yep.
And you get bigger waves. And I'll never forget my father holding me by the hand and saying, "You have to trust me. We have to pass the point in which the waves break.
Right.
And the ocean will be calm."
Absolutely.
And as a young kid, I was terrified.
Yeah.
You know, and but that stuck with me as one of the great lessons
Absolutely.
of my life, and it really symbolizes a lot of my relationship with my father. What would you say is the lesson that your father, your grandfather, your family has passed on to you that really has shaped who you are?
Yeah, absolutely. Work hard. If you work hard, the luckier you get in life is what I think. And they've always, my mom's father used to tell me when he'd drive me to work, when I was 13, 14 years old, he'd say, if you're not 10 minutes early, you're late. So that's always stuck in my head. And, like you said, the lesson, it's the same up here with these waves. The first 20, 30 feet where the waves break, it's, we call it the spin cycle. It knocks you over, it pulls you out, and it's a struggle. And you never want to fight the current. If you fight the current, you're going to end up in a pretty bad situation. But again, like your father taught you, if you can just trust yourself and trust your instincts, two things that Cape Cod has taught me how to do is fish. I'll never go hungry because I know how to fish and I know how to swim. This, I think, is for Pedro.
Oh my gosh. The size of this thing.
Yeah, that's a big boy. What I do is I just take the body and put it over here for a few minutes because those little legs have a ton of great meat. And just give it a little spin and break. Don't worry if you get a little juice on yourself.
No.
Let's save something for later.
Not at all. Ooh, there we go. Put the body here.
Yep, absolutely. What I like to do is open the tail up like this and then hold it in your hand like this and squeeze.
Oh.
Squeeze really hard. There you go. And of course, you got a tough one too. You get about a 2.5, 3 pound lobster. And then
I'm a natural.
Open it up like a book. There you go.
Oh,
halfway
man.
Through it. And then you just kind of peel the tail meat right out of there.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
So it's just kind of dip and go. And it doesn't get better than that. We do all right? He's not talking, folks. That's a good thing. He's meditating.
This man has traveled the world with me. He's never seen me do this. Para ser muito honesto, geralmente Eu faço questão de incluir vocês nessa situação. Isso é tão maravilhoso que por um segundo eu esqueci de vocês. Mas eu tô de volta. Eu lembro um molequinho lendo livro de história e lendo sobre os exploradores ou mesmo os pescadores que, de certa maneira, abdicavam de tudo, abriam mão de tudo para descobrir um novo mundo. E não é uma vida fácil, nunca foi uma vida fácil. Aqui, nesse lugar, que vem a ser um dos lugares mais procurados quando o assunto é pescaria, eu me dei conta de que, apesar das pessoas não estarem buscando uma outra terra, não estarem se mudando para outro lugar, elas estão tendo que se adaptar a um novo mundo, a um mundo que muda com muita rapidez. A verdade é que desde que o mundo é mundo, a gente pesca, a gente se adapta ao mar, mas é estranho estar num lugar como esse, num momento em que a gente pela primeira vez talvez enxergue uma mudança muito radical nessa prática. Industrialização da pesca, mudanças climáticas, mudanças no mundo. Você vê que a gente vive num mundo globalizado, onde a gente tem acesso à informação constantemente. Então, os filhos desses pescadores, eles enxergam um outro mundo, eles enxergam uma outra possibilidade. Os pais e os avós não enxergavam. Como isso vai definir o futuro dessa comunidade, só o tempo dirá. Is there such a thing as fisherman's story? Is there like that whole tale of like, you know, a storyteller?
There is, and you get, especially when you get a bunch of fishermen together and we've had a couple of drinks, one story leads to the next, and it's.
You always add a few inches or a few pounds into your catch.
Sometimes, and it's funny, I always said there's some captains in the harbor that you assign a value to, right? There's guys who you gotta add 2 times what they're saying, or they over embellish by twice as much. There's other guys who are, oh no, we didn't catch too much today, but they went out there and killed it,